President Bola Tinubu has declared a state of emergency in Rivers State following the protracted political crisis in the state. Tinubu made the proclamation during a nationwide broadcast on Tuesday, suspending Governor Siminalayi Fubara, his deputy Ngozi Odu, and all the members of the House of Assembly for 6 months. The president nominated Vice Admiral Ibaket Ibas, retired as administrator, to take charge of the affairs of the state for the first 6 months. The president relied on Section 305 of the 1999 Constitution to make the proclamation. The section interprets a state of emergency as a situation of national danger, disaster, or terrorist attacks in which a government suspends normal constitutional procedures to regain control. On May 14th, 2013, then President Goodluck Jonathan declared a state of emergency for the entire northeast insurgent-ridden states of Borno, Yobe, and Adamawa. A more limited state of emergency had been declared on December 31st, 2011 in parts of Yobe, Borno, Plateau, and Niger states. This earlier declaration included the temporary shutdown of the international borders in those regions. For about 2 months, there seemed to be no end in sight in the protracted feud and power tussle between the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, and his estranged ex-political godson, Fubara, over the control of the political structure in the oil-rich Rivers State. Pipelines have reportedly exploded in the state as the political tension heightened, with civil servants threatening mass protests against the Martin Zamehul group in the House of Assembly loyal to Wike. Tinubu said, "The latest security reports made available to me show that between yesterday and today there have been disturbing incidents of vandalization of pipelines by some militant without the governor taking any action to curtail them. I have, of course, given stern order to the security agencies to ensure safety of lives of the good people of Rivers State and the oil pipelines. With all these and many more, no good and responsible president will stand by and allow the grave situation to continue without taking remedial steps prescribed by the Constitution to address the situation in the state, which no doubt requires extraordinary measures to restore good governance, peace, order, and security. In the circumstance, having soberly reflected on and evaluated the political situation in Rivers State and the governor and deputy governor of Rivers State having failed to make a request to me as president to issue this proclamation as required by Section 305/5 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, it has become inevitably compelling for me to invoke the provision of Section 305 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, to declare a state of emergency in Rivers State with effect from today, the 18th of March, 2025, and I so do. By this declaration, the governor of Rivers State, Mr. Siminalayi Fubara, his deputy, Mrs. Ngozi Odu, and all elected members of the House of Assembly of Rivers State are hereby suspended for an initial period of 6 months. In the meantime, I hereby nominate Vice Admiral Ibaket Ibas, RTD, as administrator to take charge of the affairs of the state in the interest of the good people of Rivers State. For the avoidance of doubt, this declaration does not affect the judicial arm of Rivers State, which shall continue to function in accordance with their constitutional mandate. The administrator will not make any new laws. He will, however, be free to formulate regulations as may be found necessary to do his job, but such regulations will need to be considered and approved by the Federal Executive Council and promulgated by the President for the state. This declaration has been published in the Federal Gazette, a copy of which has been forwarded to the National Assembly in accordance with the Constitution. It is my fervent hope that this inevitable intervention will help to restore peace and order in Rivers State by awakening all the contenders to the constitutional imperatives binding on all political players in Rivers State in particular and Nigeria as a whole.